A first listen to Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who. Okay, so this is the second track of The Who's I have chosen to react to on the channel, the first being Baba O'Reilly. That track, I was very much impressed by it. I love the energy and intensity of the music. I described it as like power playing, power drums, power chords, power guitars. And the use of synths was really cool too. But mostly I liked the message of the track, the general optimism and positivity that was throughout. It had a very great message for, I think, like the normal man, the working class man, which I loved. This is another track off their classic album Who's Next, and another song considered to be an all-time great, all from the same album. So that album must have been a brilliant one. Regardless of all of that, let's get into the reaction. Lastly, there has been a little bit of a tweak to the streaming schedule. I am streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays for the next fortnight, so Saturdays will be skipped as I am working on new content on the main channel, if you want to call it. So it's keeping me very busy, and so just for the meanwhile, Tuesdays and Thursdays for music live streams. Okay, here we are with another reaction to The Who. As usual, I have the Twitch chat here with me giving their great analysis and their 2 cents. I have the lyrics up also to follow along. Let's get into the song. Wow.
We'll be fighting in the streets with our children at our feet. And the morals that need worship will be gone. And the men who spurred us on sit in judgment of all wrong. They decide and the shotgun sings the song.
Wow. Okay, one aspect of The Who's music that I love from that first track I heard, they write from the perspective of the working class man, which was very prominent in their last track. And here we are again. We'll be fighting in the streets with our children at our feet. If you ask me where this song is going from the very first chorus, this seems to be an anti-war song. Am I wrong about that? Because this is a really clever way of writing this perspective out. So we'll be fighting in the streets with our children at our feet, and the morals that they worship will be gone. So he's talking about normal people here who go off to war, right? And the men who spurred us on, so the ones who started the war, sit in judgment of all wrong. These dudes who started this thing are then the ones who are telling us what is right or wrong at the end of it. They decide and the shotgun sings the song. Wow, what a powerful first verse. Awesome. Yeah, this seems to be very much directed at the government. Hey man, I can always get towards that in art, man. What a brilliant perspective to write from. Let's take it back a little bit.
And the shotgun sings the song. I tip my hat to the new Constitution. Take a bow for the new revolution. Smile and grin at the change all around. Pick up my guitar and play, just like yesterday. Then I'll get on my knees and pray. We don't get fooled again.
Again, the last time that I listened to this band, I talked about the idea of power chords, power guitar playing, power drumming, power vocals. Everything about this band is about squeezing out the last amount of juice or intensity they can from the instruments and the vocals. Brilliant. And I think the chorus kind of goes along with the sort of theme that I had in my head of the track. What a brilliant couple last lines. So pick up the guitar and play just like yesterday. Then I'll get on my knees and pray. We don't get fooled again. Interesting, very interesting last couple lines, right? What I think he's trying to say here is The idea of the public being kind of this thing where you can tell them anything and they'll listen to it. Pick up my guitar and play it just like yesterday. Oh, we'll forget about what we just went through. He's probably speaking about his parents' generation there who just went through a war. Then I get on my knees and pray we don't get fooled again. That's that kind of irony that exists in those last two lines, right? Then I get on my knees and pray and just do as we always did before. You know, who cares? We'll just move on. You can get us to do anything. We'll accept it. Really, really great writing, man. Great writing.
The change it had to come. We knew it all along. We were liberated from the poet song. And the world looks just the same. And history ain't changed. 'Cause the banners they all flown in the last war. I'll tip my hat to the new Constitution. Say goodbye for the new revolution. Hot and green, the change all around. Pick up my guitar and play, just like yesterday. Then I'll get on my knees and pray. We don't get fooled again. No, no.
Okay, let's talk about the music, right? The music of this song. Keith Moon, dude. I want to know what this guy was on because I need some of that in my life. Dude plays with so much intensity on those drums, man. Those fills are like unrivaled, machine gun fills to the fullest. And then you've got the use of synthesizers. I think I hear synthesizers again in the background. Another sort of, I'd say, signature of this band almost. Because Baba O'Reilly sort of had this very famous synthesizer part, which was really the pulse and heartbeat of that song. Great musicality and some awesome comments here, right? People were saying this track is about the revolution. So people in the 60s, I guess, were really, really hoping and praying and wishing for this big change to come and sweep across the world. And this song is the idea that it never actually ended up coming, which is a brilliant concept for a record. Really love that perspective. Again, a pairing of great music and great lyrics together, man. I love any record like that.
Myself and my family aside. If we happen to be left half alive, I'll get all my papers and smile at the sky. Oh, I know that the hypnotized never lie.
Okay, he seems to be poking fun at everyone in every direction. Everyone equally gets this smoke, essentially, right? He's left or right. And I think this is a line that is sort of directed towards the hippie movement, right? And the beards have all grown longer overnight. That disheveled look that a lot of people who were in the free love movement had. I think that's what he's going off, right? There's some great analysis in the comments here, particularly by Ziggy, who's kind of saying this was a sort of look at the counterculture movement that was going on at the time. I talk about a song with historical context. This song has everything that I like in the track. Historical context, some great lyrics, and great musicianship. And someone was saying, you can't drum like this without drugs, which is, I think, somewhat true, dude. Brilliant, brilliant drumming. I think the star of the show is the drums.
I'll tip my hat to the new Constitution. Make a vow for the new revolution. I am free to change all around. Get on my guitar and play, just like yesterday. Then I'll get on my knees and pray. We don't get fooled again.
Such intensity to this song. It's unbelievable. Okay. I wonder if the rest of it is just synthesizers. Okay, I think so. Yeah, it looks like I can sort of let this play in the background. Okay, awesome track, man. Oh, okay. Dude, that drumming, man.
Meet the new boss, same as the old boss.
Intensity, vocals, lyrics, great context, great message to what they're saying. I mean, this track kind of had it all, right? Brilliant drumming. Now, what I find most interesting about this period of music, and I've spoken about this before, is kind of where each band sit in this musical umbrella that was rock music. You have the Rolling Stones, which are like the bad boys of rock. You have Led Zeppelin, which are like these fantastical sort of mythological creatures. You have Pink Floyd, who are the esoteric progressive rock kings, the Beatles, which are the universally praised ones, and then the Who. You have the Who, which is kind of in the mud or in the streets with the people. It almost feels like, to me, from what I've heard so far, they seem to be the heroes of the average man, the working class man. Which is a great sort of twist or perspective that they seem to write from and make music from. I absolutely love it because, I mean, as I've said with songs that I've reacted to, like Tool, my favorite combination is great lyrical depth. That's really what I love about music the most. And this band certainly has it, man. And in this umbrella of music that I've heard, I was speaking about The Who not being as recognized in my experience. I really love this band and what they're doing with their sort of twist on rock music, man. It's becoming one of my favorites. If I was to rank them all, it's like Zeppelin, Stones, and The Who probably right at the top, man. But that's just a off the top kind of ranking. Regardless, great track.